For decades, Chuck Norris embodied discipline, respect, and unshakable honor. From martial arts championships to Hollywood stardom, he maintained a calm, measured demeanor that inspired millions. Yet, even the most disciplined lives encounter moments that break the usual calm. At 85, Norris finally revealed the names of those who crossed lines he could never forgive. People whose actions left permanent scars on his personal and professional life. The revelation shocked Hollywood because if Chuck Norris disliked you, it wasn't trivial. It meant you had done something unforgettable. Behind the films, the stunts, and the iconic roundhouse kicks, there existed a code of discipline and loyalty, and violations of that code carried consequences. In this list, we explore the 6 men who earned Norris's ire, some through chaos, others through disrespect, and a few through relentless public scrutiny, and how each incident revealed the uncompromising principles that shaped the legend himself. 1. Shia LaBeouf, chaos on set. Nobody expected Chuck Norris to clash with Shia LaBeouf, the unpredictable Hollywood fireball. It happened during a commercial shoot in the late 2000s, a project meant to unite actors from different generations. Norris arrived prepared, calm, and disciplined, ready to work efficiently and honor the crew's schedule. Shia, by contrast, treated the set like his personal stage. He improvised lines, demanded multiple retakes, and ignored directors' instructions. For younger actors, this might have seemed passionate. For Norris, it was chaos, the antithesis of the discipline he lived by. Rather than explode, Norris withdrew. He spoke minimally, left promptly after filming, and let his silence do the talking. Years later, in 2020, he summed it up with a single Facebook post. "Fame without discipline is chaos." The statement was clear, and no one needed names. Shia had crossed the line by disrespecting the code Norris valued above all. Their professional paths never crossed again, leaving an unspoken but enduring divide between the disciplined icon and the volatile talent. 2. Steven Seagal. The wannabe who overstepped Chuck Norris rarely insults anyone, but Steven Seagal earned his sharpest disapproval. In the late 1980s, Seagal arrived in Hollywood with grand claims. First Westerner to run a dojo in Japan, a unique fighting style, and films that projected a deadly mystique. Initially impressive to some, Seagal soon began publicly criticizing legends like Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, claiming they focused more on performance than real combat. In the martial arts community, these words were incendiary. Legends like Bob Wall, Bill Superfood Wallace, and Benny the Jet Urquidez challenged him directly. Seagal didn't respond, staying silent. In Norris's eyes, this proved the point. Seagal was a wannabe who couldn't back up his bravado. One line from Norris sufficed: "The man would never be." That succinct verdict communicated volumes without needing confrontation. Seagal's ego, compared to Norris's unwavering discipline, became the defining contrast. The rift was permanent, a cautionary tale of how arrogance and lack of respect can erode opportunities and reputations, even among martial arts icons who share the same stage. 3. Jean-Claude Van Damme. From protege to disappointment. In the early 1980s, Jean-Claude Van Damme worked odd jobs in Los Angeles, one at Woody's Wharf, co-owned by Chuck Norris. Van Damme admired Norris, and a mentor-mentee bond seemed possible. But once Van Damme rose to stardom with Bloodsport and Kickboxer, the dynamic shifted. Fame brought ego, chaos, and frequent clashes with directors. Plans for a collaborative martial arts thriller, The Eagle's Shadow, collapsed due to Van Damme's demands, lateness, and rewrites. Norris, whose life revolved around discipline, watched the bond dissolve silently. Years later, at a martial arts expo in 2001, he described Van Damme in one word: undisciplined. That single term carried the weight of judgment, reflecting a breach of the martial arts code Norris held sacred. Van Damme later admitted struggles with addiction and ego, but by then, the trust and respect once present had vanished. Their friendship was irreparable, serving as a reminder that talent without discipline could never meet the standards of a legend like Norris, whose respect had to be earned and maintained through consistent integrity. not just screen performance. 4. Alec Baldwin, when comedy crosses the line. Unlike most on this list, Chuck Norris never shared a set with Alec Baldwin. Yet their ideological clash became one of his most pronounced grievances. Norris has always openly supported faith, family, and conservative values, campaigning for political figures and writing columns defending traditional American ideals. Baldwin's portrayals of Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live struck Norris as disrespectful, not just to a leader he admired, but to millions of Americans who shared those beliefs. In 2017, Norris addressed Hollywood elites who he felt mocked patriotism and faith. He never mentioned Baldwin by name, but insiders understood the target. Their feud was conducted entirely through indirect commentary and public expression of values. No face-to-face confrontation, no physical altercations, yet the tension carried the weight of principle. It highlighted Norris's belief that moral and ideological boundaries mattered as much as professional conduct, reinforcing that some battles are fought not in studios or dojos, but in the court of public opinion and cultural influence. 5. Bruce Lee, the rivalry that never died. The 1972 film The Way of the Dragon immortalized Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris in one of the most iconic martial arts fights of all time. On screen, it was choreographed, yet the legacy of that fight extended far beyond cinema. Norris deeply respected Bruce Lee. They trained together and shared camaraderie. But post-filming, audiences and media refused to let the fight remain fictional. Constant comparisons and hypotheticals about who would win in real combat plagued Norris. The martial arts community amplified the debate, with some claiming Bruce's Jeet Kune Do overshadow all others. Though Norris praised Lee repeatedly, the media narrative framed them as rivals. This persistent misrepresentation caused frustration. A friendship became a lifelong mythic duel in the public imagination. Even after Lee's death in 1973, questions persisted, leaving Norris defending his legacy while respecting his late friend. Their story illustrates how public perception can distort reality, turning respect into supposed rivalry, and forcing icons to navigate the myths surrounding them. 6th. Michael Moore, cultural clash in documentary. Form. Chuck Norris's 6th grievance was with Michael Moore, the provocative documentary filmmaker. Moore's films, including Bowling for Columbine, 2002, and Fahrenheit 9/11, 2004, criticized U.S. policies, gun culture, and conservative values, directly challenging what Norris defended: patriotism, faith, and the Second Amendment. Norris responded publicly with columns and statements, framing the debate as a defense of traditional American liberties. He famously remarked, "When you take away guns, you take away freedom," emphasizing the stakes beyond film critique. Moore continued his controversial work, while Norris used his platform to advocate for responsibility and discipline. They never met, but their clash played out through media coverage, interviews, and columns, representing a broader ideological confrontation. This feud demonstrates that Norris's battles were not only personal but also cultural, defending principles he valued deeply. Even without direct interaction, the conflict shaped public perception of both men, underscoring that sometimes the fiercest fights happen outside the ring and screen. Conclusion. Discipline, respect, and unforgiving standards. Chuck Norris's grudges reveal a life governed by unbending discipline and principles. From Shia LaBeouf's chaos to Michael Moore's ideological provocations, each conflict demonstrates his uncompromising code. Respect must be earned, discipline must be observed, and loyalty cannot be taken for granted. Whether on film, in the dojo, or in public discourse, Norris's reactions were precise, controlled, and intentional. He rarely confronts directly, allowing silence or a single word to communicate volumes. These incidents show that even legends have limits and that integrity often outweighs fame. At 85, Norris's revelations offer lessons about accountability, boundaries, and the power of quiet, principled judgment. In Hollywood and beyond, his story stands as a testament to unwavering values, proving that respect is the ultimate currency, one that can never be taken lightly or casually.